everyone. Welcome to Generally Divided. I'm so old, I almost forgot the name of our show. Well, we are a YouTube show that pits Gen X versus Gen Z. I forget what side you're on. Against different variety of topics. My name is Daniel, and along with Marco, we're your hosts with the most. And we're here because, we like to talk, and why not record it and share it with all of you guys. So before we get into today's topic, I want to chat with you about something else. Did you see the new Thor teaser trailer?
Yes. I saw it and I've rewatched it like 20 times already. I'm super excited. I was already excited. I'm super excited for this new movie to come out. So
yeah,
another movie to the list.
It looks awesome. What are you more excited for though now? Doctor Strange 2 or Thor 4?
Still Doctor Strange 2. And just because there is a huge chance of seeing multiversal versions of the characters, and just because I love the Doctor Strange storyline that Marvel has going. I really like their play on this character, and I really like the way that they use magic in the Marvel universe and how they still try to keep it sciencey. So for me, that's like, I love all that. So seeing part 2 is going to be amazing.
Fair enough. I mean, I am looking forward to the multiverse aspect of it as well. But the new Thor 4 just really excited me. Maybe it was the music that they played with the trailer, the Guns N' Roses. And it was just, maybe that was just pumping me up because I don't know, it's just something about it that at the very end, seeing Lady Thor or Jane Foster with the hammer and that was just like, wow, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, no, that definitely got me hyped. And then seeing this new version of Thor where he's not trying to fight, he's trying to find himself.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like there's going to be this whole storyline of him just to figure out who is he, where does he want to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell it's going to be a funny movie too, with the Guardians being a part of it as well.
Well, I mean, I think personally, if you ask me, I think the Guardians of the Galaxy are going to be a real small part of the movie. They're just like basically his ride. That's just what I think. Like maybe just the very beginning of the movie, they drop him off at a strange planet, and then they go their separate ways, and that's it for the Guardians of the Galaxy in Thor. At least that's what I think.
Maybe. I really feel, I mean, I know the movies do this a lot where they tease a certain character and then he only pops up one time in the movie. Many movies are famous for this, where they get you excited for something and then it's like, oh yeah, he's just like 5 minutes in.
Yeah.
But no, I really feel this time around, there's going to be like some growth in the development in the friendship between Thor and the Guardians, especially Thor and Peter Quill, because they did butt heads a lot in the Avengers movies before. So they did butt heads just on being like, authority, but now Thor's trying to figure himself out. So maybe this is like him stepping into a new role and the Guardians are going to help him. And this might lean into their new movie, which is hopefully coming out soon.
Yeah,
I'm excited for that as well.
Yeah, they're still filming it.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
So maybe this is going to lean into that. That'd be cool.
Well, I'm sure it will because, that's the MCU. Every project leads into another project. Each film is interconnected, which is why I love it more than the DC film counterparts because they seem to never get it right. Maybe they just need to scrap them all and restart over with it. I don't know. But the MCU's got it right. And hopefully, I don't know. I have a feeling, though, Guardians are just going to be a very small part of this movie because it's not Thor and Guardians. It's Thor, Love and Thunder.
We're supposed to see a few different versions of Thor in this movie. Well, not versions of Thor, but versions of the God of Thunder in this movie from Marvel Comics.
Yeah.
And Jane Foster's going to be one of them. So I'm excited. This movie's going to be really good.
Yeah, I agree. Well, now we both agree on that topic. Let's talk about something that we might not agree on. And that is going to be cell phone operating system platforms. Is that a very niche topic, maybe, but it's everyone uses a cell phone these days, and everyone either has an Android platform or an iOS Apple platform. Now, I know which one I like best, but I'll let you go ahead and kick it off, and I'll tell you why you're wrong.
Personally, I've used both. I prefer Android. I'm an Android user. And the main reason why is the one thing I've noticed on both operating systems is the amount of access you have to free items, to free cosmetics for your phone. I know a lot of people like myself, you don't want to just take a picture of a plant and then have that as your paper. You like to have like apps like Zedge and stuff like that, where you can get a lot of things for free. And I just noticed a surplus of things like that on Android where you can get to. I don't hate on Apple. I've used Apple products a lot before. They're really great products. But for me, my preference has always been Android. It's a lot easier to use. It kind of just gives you what you want without making you do a whole bunch of things to get what you want. The updates, especially on my phone, are very minimal. I get one every few months, and that's at the most. At the Apple softwares, I have to update them like once a week. I mean, those were really annoying for me. I don't know if it's the newer products as well, but I do know that Android really does beat Apple when it comes to their availability, what you can get. Because you get a lot more than you can with Apple products. Apple products is very difficult to get a hold of them. Now, are the products good? Yeah, you have a lot of high quality gear. But when you open the box, you get a phone, and maybe if they're feeling, gracious, they'll give you a charger too, and you have to go buy the box somewhere else. But I mean, it's always been a running joke with Apple. You get this great product, but you have to buy everything sold separately, build your phone yourself. But Android, you get it all right there in the box. So that's always been my preference.
I've never experienced having to buy things separately when I've gotten a new iPhone. The charger, the cable, and the headphones have all been in there. I'm not sure if more is needed for that, for a phone to work and to use properly. I don't know what else you're expecting to get. Maybe a back massage or like some cookies. I don't know.
Hey, cookies would be nice.
Or I can understand a screen protector, third-party items like that might not be included, but I don't think those are included with Android or Samsung devices or LG or Nokia or Google for that matter. I don't think they're included, are they?
Screen protectors, yes. Chargers, yes. Headphones, it varies with the phone product you get.
Okay.
And that's what I've noticed. It's like a package sometimes, especially, this is both sides, Apple and Android. You can get like a package. You get the headphones, you'll get the earbud protectors, or to switch out the earbuds. You'll get the charger, you'll get the charging base. You'll get a few other little manual items, and you'll get possibly the piece to switch out your SD chip. For me, all the Apple products I got, I had just the phone, and it was the.
Well, how did you get them?
I never had everything.
New or used?
Brand new. I don't like getting used products, and just for the simple fact of you don't know how well they fixed it. I know they're supposed to fix it and then give it to you in new condition, but when you buy a used product, especially a phone, there's always something I've noticed is just wrong with it. And it's just more of a hassle. Better to buy it new, have all that knocked aside.
Right. I can understand that. I mean, yeah, I buy new as well. But I think as for the hardware aspect of it, I think other than a screen protector, Apple gives you the same as an Android device. Like I said, the charger base, and headphones. And of course, the phone, and also the little tool to change out your SIM card if you need and whatnot. I've been using Apple products since the very first iPhone came out. So I've always been an Apple guy. I've had to use Androids just for work purposes where I was an administrator of them. So I set them up for other people as we deployed them. So I've deployed out Samsungs and whatnot. And I can tell you, as both a admin user and a high level personal user, that Apple has streamlined it so well that it's almost foolproof to get what you need done, to find what you need. Now with Android, maybe because my use and experience with it is a little bit less, I find it to be a little bit clunky and not as intuitive to where I would expect certain things to live and where I would hope they would live. Whereas opposed to an Apple, it's where I expect stuff to be. Now, I'm not saying Android is bad. They make up 75% of the market share of cell phones right now because of their proliferation on, like we said, Samsung, LG, Nokia, all the different devices other than Apple use an Android platform. But I still got to lean towards Apple. It just is so much easier to use. I think their vetting process for apps into their app store, meaning that they have stricter requirements for companies who are making apps to get them deployed onto their store, makes it safer for people. So there's less chance of a virus sneaking in or a scam app getting in. Now they're there, of course, there's always going to be some ways around them, but I think the Apple's more rigorous screening system makes it a little more friendly and trustworthy.
Yeah, I've noticed that as well. Unfortunately, a lot of the apps that you would expect not to be scams and that are actually, there's a few good ones, but like the ones you'd expect not to be scams, usually you have to pay to get in. I mean, you have to give and take when it comes to different platforms, which is one thing I learned. I mean, security quality, Apple beats Android, unfortunately. Android doesn't have the best security. But I always stuck with it. And that's just because like with options, I like my options. I'm a gamer. Android has always been perfect for me for when it comes to my games. I've never had issues. As for the platform itself, I've noticed, especially with my newest LG device or Samsung device, the ability to set everything up, like my main menu, my home screen, the interface for the buttons, I really have a lot more control than I ever did on my Apple devices. And I don't know if that's just because I wasn't as experienced as Apple as others. But I mean, I know Apple's great. I've had to use them a lot of times, especially back when I was in high school, middle school and all that. Apple devices were very prevalent in the school system. But I mean, Android, I can really set everything up to how I like it. And Apple, I never could. It was very difficult to set it up how I liked it.
You're right.
And as for the gaming quality, I mean, the gaming quality has always been a little bit smoother on my Android than I have still an Apple tablet. And I think I need to update it, but it's really, really like slow and buggy when it comes to my games. But again, I know it's because I'm not as experienced to Apple products as others. I know if I took it to you, you'd probably be able to have my tablet running perfectly.
Well, two things. So you said about customization. Yes, Android has always been the more open source because it is an open source platform. So it's always been more customizable and a little bit more outside of the box than you get with an Apple platform. So Android does give you that personalization touch a little bit more natively, as opposed to having to get third-party apps to really customize what you want on your iPhone. Now, games, I wonder if the gaming aspect of it is a generational thing. I wonder, because I really don't play games on my phone. Not anymore. I used to, but not anymore. I just use it for like setting up YouTube shows like this, for social interactions like on Twitter, or for banking, other stuff like that. It's just really more of a tool as opposed to a gaming device, if that makes any sense. Now, for you, you say you use it a lot for your games.
Yeah. No, for me, my phone is a source of communication for family and friends. And besides that, it really doesn't serve much purpose other than to keep me entertained when I'm bored. Because I find a lot of situations, especially right now during the pandemic, we're mostly at home. I know a lot of my friends like to stay at home too. So it's really difficult to go out and hang out with them. And not everybody has the same platform of console for gaming as I do. So it's really difficult to find games that we can all play and enjoy as much. So for me, in my spare time, if I'm not gaming on my PlayStation, I'm gaming on my phone. Easiest way to pass the time. So for me, it's very important. It's the quality of the gameplay, at least.
Right. I know. And I won't knock Apple's game because I know they have like the whole Apple Arcade thing that I think I signed up for at some point, that I have access to a huge amount of games. I just don't use them. Really, I don't have time, but it's another generational thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I think, I don't know if you gave me an Android to use for a week, of course I could make it work, but I think I would really miss the streamlined process of my Apple device. I really would. Because I remember having to use you mentioned tablet. I had to use a Samsung tablet for work before. And it was like, I couldn't find anything. It was not where I wanted it to. Maybe because I was so ingrained in the Apple that I was expecting it to be very similar, and it's not. But yeah, give me an Apple platform, iOS platform any day, and I will make it work for you even better.
Yeah, I think that's honestly where it comes from too, a lot of, because it's not just you and me that have these two different opinions. I know it's just with a lot of my friends and a lot of family too. I think it's just, we get into one device. We may have tried the other ones once or twice, but we get into one platform and we fall in love with it. And that is the platform that we go to because it's familiar. We know it. We've seen it a lot and we just already know how everything works. So coming to a new platform, because Android is always going to try and be different than Apple. They're going to try and do a lot of similar things like, oh, you have more cameras. I'll have more cameras. You have more.
You have 3 cameras in your back. I'm going to put 4.
Yeah, no, this camera has like 5. So I think it's just their platforms, their systems, their software is always going to try and be different so that they can't say, oh, you're copying me, or no, you're copying me. And there's always going to be a difference. So when you come to a new platform, it's like coming to a new place. You're seeing a new system, you're seeing new software, everything, you're used to it going right and it goes left. So exactly. I think that's where it comes from. It's familiarity. It is that just what you're used to and what is right, as opposed to what's left. And I just did opposite directions.
So, what you're saying is that what is right, me, and what is wrong, you, right? Is that what you're saying? Well, let's ask everyone out there in YouTube land. Do you use Apple or Android? What is your preference? And if you care to elaborate, why is it your preference? Leave us a comment. Let us know. Maybe we'll do some type of like poll on our Twitter page, which we do have Twitter. If you didn't know that, it's at Gen_div. So at GEN_div. You can go follow us there and have a more conversation back and forth with us there. So yeah, we want to know, which do you use, Apple or Android?
Yep. Please let us know and give us your best opinions. And the winner will be shouted out in the next video or next few videos, depending on how long it takes.
Sounds good. And make sure you stay tuned for future episodes here on Generally Divided, where we're going to be talking about The Batman. We're also going to be recapping Moon Knight, episode 4, and anything else that you guys want to hear and have us talk about. We'll be talking about that. So until next time, we will see you guys later.